action. He plays everyone's favorite golden droid. It's a treasure to have him brought out all the way from London. So with the greatest of honor, may I introduce to you Mr. Anthony Daniels.
Thank you, Leila. Hello, everyone. You're going to do a Jedi mind trick. You will all be quiet. No, a Jedi mind trick means you have to repeat what I said. You do it again. You will all be quiet. I will all be quiet. How cool is that? Because I'm not really a Jedi. Has anybody seen Star Wars?
Yeah!
Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah!
Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Thrones, Revenge of the Sith?
Yes.
Well, you and indeed your parents have been paying my salary for the last 40 years. I'm very grateful, thank you so much. And in some cases your grandparents, I can say. Because it is 40 years since I first stood on some strange desert planet in a distant galaxy and said, "Hello, I am C3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart, R2D2. Actually, it wasn't in a distant galaxy, it was in Tunisia. but I remember it so well. And now, Star Wars, the power of costume. Well, you know, most costumes are beautifully sewn and a joy to wear. Not in my case. First of all, we started with a plaster cast of my body, my naked body. Think about it. Now stop thinking. What happened then very quickly, thankfully, was Liz Moore, the sculptor, took a bunch of modeling clay and began to create on the matrix that was my shape, the shape, the suit, the figure that you eventually came to recognize as C3PO. Now, 6 months later, the costume was nearly finished, and by now it was in 17 different pieces. And so, the 17 pieces in a big box, and me in an aeroplane with everybody else, arrived in Tunisia. And there I am in a tent with 6 men. And it took them 2 hours to put the pieces on my body. I was exhausted, we hadn't even started filming. But then they opened the tent flaps, and I walked out into the desert sun, and the world stopped. I could see the crew through the little eyes, in the holes in 3PO's eyes. I could see the world right in front of me. There was the American crew there, and there were the British crew there. And over here, there's some Tunisian helpers. And I could see the Americans were looking at this gold figure in the sun, going, "Oh my God, that's incredible!" And then the British crew were going, "It's really rather good, isn't it?" Meanwhile, the Tunisians had dropped to their knees and were salaaming. For them, I was the second coming. I felt glorious. I felt like a god. I was a star. And then one of the 17 pieces fell down on the sand. Deep humiliation. But they stuck it back on, and then we began filming. And instantly, I began to be so envious of Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. There he was, in his simple tunic and floppy pants. And I realized that what I wanted to be in this film was any character in any costume in which you could sit down. And of course, tonight I really wanted to put this suit on for you. Oh yes? I wanted to be on stage going, "Hello." I wanted to spend the evening in sweating inside 60 pounds of solid metal, plastic, fiberglass and rubber, unable to sit down, to eat or drink, or even go to the men's room. For you, anything. Almost. And then Layla said, no, the costume needs to stay in exhibit. Such a shame. But I hope you will take this tie as a homage. A homage to a character who I have grown very fond of over the years. And some of you and some of the audiences around the world are fond of him too, and I like that. On his behalf, I say thank you. He is a character recognized around the world, a character programmed for protocol and etiquette. Two things not actually required in a Star Wars movie in general, but tonight, entirely apropos. And so, I take it as an honor to be here to welcome you tonight, and I will take a leaf out of 3PO's book and say, I officially announce that Star Wars, the power of costume, is open. May the Force be with you.